You say you want to move on, to forget what happened, to leave the past behind. But if that's really true, then why do you still think about them every single day? Why does every message notification on your phone still cause your heart to skip a beat, hoping it's from them? Why does a part of you miss them so deeply, even though you know they hurt you? Be honest with yourself. You don't truly miss them. You miss the idea of them, the illusion you created in your mind. You miss the version of them you projected onto their presence, the one you imagined could love you the way you needed to be loved, the one who would stay, the one who would finally make all your broken parts feel whole. But they were never that person. They only filled the space where your unhealed wounds lived. Carl Jung once said, "What you do not face within yourself will appear in your life as fate." Maybe what you're feeling now isn't just a breakup. Maybe it's a confrontation with your own reflection. You are not just grieving the loss of another person. You are facing everything inside yourself that you've avoided, neglected, or hidden for years. This pain, it's not about them. It's about you, about the parts of you that still believe you need to earn love, about the pieces of your identity that depend on someone else's attention to feel worthy. What we often call love is not love. It's a deep emotional need, an echo from childhood, a cry for recognition. That's why you stayed, even when it hurt. That's why you kept hoping, even when you were ignored. It wasn't love that tied you to them. It was the hope that they would finally give you what you couldn't give yourself. This is not weakness. This is unconscious attachment. Jung described this as psychic projection, where we unconsciously project our inner archetypes, the anima and animus, our internal images of the ideal feminine and masculine, onto others. We fall in love not with people as they are, but with what they represent to our unconscious mind. The missing piece, the source of salvation, the one who will finally fill the void. That's why it feels so intense. That's why it feels like fate. But it's not real. It's a mirror. And when they fail to live up to that projection, when they don't match the fantasy, it's not just disappointment we feel, it's devastation. We're not just mourning them. We're mourning the dream, the story, the hope we invested in them. And the cruel twist is that the more they pull away, the more we cling. The more they neglect, the more we give, because we've been conditioned to believe that love must be earned, that we must become smaller, quieter, prettier, more successful, just enough for someone to choose us. And in this process, we lose ourselves, we twist, we shrink, we sacrifice our truth to maintain connection. And every time we do that, we move further away from who we really are. Jung called this the persona, the mask we wear to be accepted in society. It's necessary, yes, but when we start believing that we are the mask, we suffocate the real self underneath. That's what happens in toxic relationships. We become addicted to the approval of someone who doesn't truly see us, because deep down we haven't learned to see ourselves. We haven't learned to meet our own needs. We haven't dared to believe that we are enough just as we are. So we keep reaching outward. We chase love in places where it can't grow. We mistake attention for affection. We confuse intensity for intimacy. And every time we are rejected, it reinforces the lie that we are unlovable. But what if the rejection isn't about you? What if the silence, the distance, the pain are all just signs pointing you back to yourself? Because the truth is, the love you're chasing through others is the love you haven't yet given to yourself. And as long as you look outward for it, you'll be trapped in a cycle of seeking, of begging, of waiting for someone else to tell you who you are. But there's another way, a braver way, a way that begins not with another person, but with a choice to finally turn inward, to stop asking, why didn't they love me? And instead ask, why don't I love myself enough to walk away? Healing is not about pretending nothing happened. It's about facing the raw truth, letting it tear through you and rising from it. Not harder, not colder, but whole. It's about holding your wounds with compassion. It's about grieving the illusion, forgiving yourself for not knowing better, and choosing to see the lesson underneath the pain. This pain is your teacher. It's not here to destroy you, it's here to wake you up. You don't need to earn love. You don't need to become anything other than who you already are. You are not too much. You are not broken. You are not unworthy. You are just giving all your love to someone who didn't know how to receive it, someone who was never meant to carry the weight of your healing. That was never their job. It's yours. And now you get to take that love back, every ounce of it. You get to pour it into yourself. You get to stop waiting for the text, the apology, the closure. You get to give yourself the ending that no one else can provide. So no, you don't miss them. You miss feeling seen. You miss feeling chosen. You miss the way you thought they could make you feel. But that feeling, it was never theirs to give. It was always yours to reclaim. And now you are. You're not just moving on. You're coming home to yourself. Love and fate are often intertwined, like two hidden currents in the same river. Some people enter our lives not to stay, but to awaken something within us. Fate may bring them to us, but it's love within us that decides whether we hold on or let go. Not everyone sent by fate is meant to stay. Sometimes they're just mirrors to help us see ourselves more clearly. And only when we learn to love ourselves fully can we truly meet the right person at the right time.